everyone, today I want to quickly show you just a little tour of my rat cage. Now, before we get started, be sure to click that subscribe button if you are new to my channel for more lifestyle videos as well as the rats appearing on occasion. So let's get started. This is what the cage looks like from the outside. It is actually a bird cage turned on its side, and then the regular cage that I use for college is right above it to create a tower, and I'm going to show you each a little bit more in depth. This rat cage holds 2 rats. It could hold more, but I only have 2 rats for the time being, and I love it. You can see them climbing all around, all over. The top is typically secured, but right now I'm getting ready to go to college, so I'm going to pack away the top and have them sleep in the bottom just for tonight. It is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 levels, and they absolutely love it. This housed the rats while I was back home for winter break, which was about a month long, and I have a dog who does not really love them all that much, so they spent a lot more time in their cage, unfortunately, than they usually do at college, where I let them out for like 7 hours a day. But they do love this cage. There are 3 water bottles in it, and there are 2 feeding areas, 2 sleeping areas, lots of tunnels, and lots of areas to play. So I'm going to show you this more in depth. Let's get started. So this is the bottom half of the cage, which will actually be their cage when they come home. This is not both cages put together. So on the first level, I have their food in the back in half a tissue box. I like it hidden, so I try to keep that since they have the sides hidden right there. There's a long chewing rod right there. This, I believe, is like a 22-ish ounce water bottle. This is a shoebox that has cutouts on either end so they can crawl through and peek out. Then they have a tissue box back there with bedding that they put in it, and it's flipped up just as a normal tissue box. I flipped it on the side so that they could crawl in and out, but they actually preferred it this way, so I left it there. There's a hanging rat chew toy. There's another long chewing rod. There's their litter box in the back. Then there's also a cardboard tape thing with all the tape off that they like to play with as well. Then on the second level, they have this hammock that has a little place out on the top where they can peek out of, and then either side, and they put bedding inside of it themselves and like to rearrange it. I don't think you'd see it from that side. And then on this level, which I actually used a piece from one of their other cages to make the shelf, there's this pan with a towel in it, there's their food dish, and there's this long cardboard tunnel that can fit both of them in it. And they have this litter box right here with a little bit of just homemade paper and some rocks. They have this small water bottle, I think it might be 10 ounces. And they have this pumice, which I actually use for them to crawl up when this is closed so that they can go on top to their next cage level. Now, when this is being used as a single cage, I do have locks. Since this is a bird cage on its side, if you use it the other way, the lines of the cage are vertical and they can't climb up, so I put it on its side so that it is a horizontal cage so that they can crawl all over. And so I'm using locks now. I keep one key inside the lock so I can have that one, and I have one somewhere else just in case this one gets lost, and I can put locks on all of them. But it's nice because this opens in all sorts of places. And then as a makeshift, there was a little bit of a crack right here that they could get through, so I used a piece from one of their other cages. It's a duplicate of the other cage I'll show you that I just used for their shelf, and instead I put it over here and zip tied it so that they couldn't get through. When I use the cage as their like duplex kind of thing, their complex, this part will actually be open right here so that they can crawl through up here and get out, and they can actually do that very easily. Hey Tink, can you come up here so I can show them how you get up? Come on. Good girl. She's my parkour rat. She is really good about climbing everywhere. I actually have a video on that. If you look up parkour rats, she wants out. Okay, come on baby. No, you don't need to go out that way. Come on around. Come on around. She is so determined. No, don't squeeze your little face. Come on, this way. Hey, hey, you can come out the other side. Ay, ay, ay. She always likes a challenge. I do want to mention that the cage that I got from Chewy does have this little area out here, and Tink loves to squeeze through areas that she's not supposed to because she is small enough to. So I had to put some ladders from the replacement cage that I got. She just totally jumped down from there. From the replacement cage that I got on either side so she'd stop crawling through, because she did get stuck and was squeaking and I felt really bad, but she tries to get into everything, so I put that there as a safety. And as I talk now, she's running everywhere. Now I'm going to give you a little tour of the top section, kind of like the tower. So this is a whole nother level. I put this little placemat that I got from the Christmas tree shop around here, and I cut out a little space for the door that they can come through. They'll step on that pumice stone to come up here. There's another pumice right here. This would be their potty. I'm cleaning this out for college, so it's not exactly what it would look like. They come up the ladder. There's a water bottle right here. Typically their other food dish would be right here. There's a rope for them to walk across. Then they get up to the next area, and this is our hammock. This is the one they usually sleep in, and it doesn't really matter which one. This was their old one, so whatever one's in this position is the one that they'll sleep in. And then I added this nice little ball kind of hideaway that they've just recently learned to like today. And then I have another one of these tubes up here. Now only one rat can fit in these now. It used to be that 2 rats could fit in them when they were little, but now they are much bigger. And I believe we have Tink right in there. And I'm letting him walk around my room as I am getting ready, so Alice is somewhere over this way. When the rats come home with me for when I come home from college, this is the cage that they will generally have. And then when I am at college, they have this cage that I sometimes turn into 2 cages. I have another one that looks just like this, and I put it together. But they spend most of their time outside their cage, so don't worry, they get plenty of time out, and they're not always in a small space. This is actually a good size for both of them, but this is what their other cage looks like when it's at college. Thank you guys so much for watching. Leave a comment down below to let me know what your favorite part of the cages and what your cages are like. This is super interesting. I know I don't usually do rat videos on my channel, but this was fun to film, and I really love creating cages for them. It's just a really enjoyable pastime that I didn't even know that I enjoyed. Be sure to click that subscribe button down below, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!